Okay, this lesson is about data presentation, and by the end of the video I want you to be able to learn how to present your data properly. As we've just been on our field trip and part of our assignment and our senior geography project, it's really important that we look at how we present data because it affects the reliability and validity of our results. So I'm going to take us through why we do it and how important it is. So when we're looking at data, remember we go back to our focus questions and our aims and our hypotheses, and what we're trying to do, we're trying to prove our hypotheses were correct or incorrect, because that's what our results rely upon. So we've got our focus questions there, going back to what we brainstormed in the class. We're looking at what do humans do at Shelley Beach that impact the biophysical interactions, what biophysical interactions are happening at Shelley Beach, and are the human impacts positive and negative. And our aims obviously there were to be able to answer those, and our hypothesis was based upon what we thought might be happening because of those aims. So we've done all that, so we're now looking at, well, how we're proving our hypotheses, how we're trying to prove our aims, and try and look at see if our focus questions were good enough. So one aspect that we did obviously was surveying, and we now need to get our primary data and turn it into a form of secondary data to present. So this is the results that were recorded. That's what everyone chipped in and helped do, along with the photos that you can use to help describe. But if we just took that photograph and put it into our presentation, that's not good enough. We need to make sure it's presentable. We need to make sure we explain what those numbers are. So what we do first of all is just simply type up our results into a nice neat table. I know it's pretty straightforward and easy, but we need to make sure we label them. So when we've got our site 1 there, we need to make sure that that clearly is there, because people might not know, who are reading this, what we've done, what we've, what is this showing, and that's why titles are so important. So site 1 title here is important, as well as this title here. We need to make sure that every table has a title. This is really simple because it's here, and the title is simple. It's just explaining what it is. We also need to make sure that this goes into our contents page as well. Yeah, so we need this table going in the contents so people can easily find where our results are. So when we're talking about accuracy, how do we make our results important, is meaningful, we need to make sure that we have a title and it's clear. Because what we can do now is then use the Excel function to turn this into a graph. So what we've got here is a cross section in a line graph of our work. So as you can see, we've got a title, and we need to make sure we've got our axes labeled correctly. So we've got our height here, we need a separate title here. But because it's done on computer, this makes it nice and easy, and we can see that we've got a nice gradual change in height. Okay, so when we're presenting the data, this is what we need to look for. So we've gone, from our piece of paper that we did at our fieldwork into something meaningful. We can then make it into 3D as well. And this is what happens when we choose the wrong type of graph. So that doesn't look very accurate, nor does that pie chart, nor does that column graph. So it's important to look and pick up the right graphs. Okay, I hope that helps you with data presentation and how we should present our data.